So emerging market currencies weaker today following that weaker lira in Turkey, and it's partly due to tensions again between the US and Turkey, I see.
Yes, thanks, Devin. Good to be with you today. That's exactly what's going on right now in terms of the situation between the U.S. and Turkey. We have the U.S., the Pentagon, in fact, delaying delivery of 2 F-35 fighter jets that were intended to train Turkish pilots. Now, that happened after plans sort of emerged that Turkey is planning to purchase a Russian missile defense system. That's according to information from U.S. defense officials. And essentially, U.S. officials are concerned that some sensitive F-35 technology that was meant to evade such a system will now sort of, be compromised if Turkey is able to purchase both a U.S. and Russian system. So that's where we are right now, and we will continue to monitor for developments.
Jessica, on the S&P 500 index today, I see Walgreens, a big decliner. What's behind the drop?
Yes, Walgreens was the biggest decliner on the S&P 500, tumbling by more than 13% today. That's after the company cut its 2019 fiscal forecast. Also reported second quarter earnings that just fell short of the street's expectations. So a bit of a dismal outlook for Walgreens here, which is the biggest U.S. drugstore chain, actually. Walgreens CEO actually coming out and saying that this was one of the most difficult quarters since its formation of the Walgreens Boots Alliance, which was quite interesting. And essentially what's going on here is that behind the pharmacy counter, Walgreens has been filling more prescriptions but making less money off of them. And that accounts for more than 2/3 of its U.S. store sales, so a bit of a problem for Walgreens there.
And then ride-hailing companies are all over the place these days, but not all of them are shining, I would imagine. I see the company called Lyft has extended declines after falling rather below its IPO price yesterday. What's behind that downward movement?
Yes, it's been a very interesting story for Lyft here. Lyft made its debut, but has been tumbling ever since then, falling as much as 4% today, which is very interesting. And it's very concerning for other companies such as rival Uber, as well as highly valued new startups, sort of like Pinterest and Slack Technologies, that we're really looking at Lyft as a sort of test case, a sort of test example here. And Lyft is just not doing too well. We've had analysts very skeptical on the Lyft stock. For example, Seaport Global coming out and saying that investors are going to have to take a big leap of faith to even justify its valuation right now. Seaport Global also saying that millennials and future generations are going to be owning their own vehicles as a primary means of transportation. And in fact, Seaport Global rating Lyft a sell, its first sell rating there.